Turn the microphone on. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. Welcome to the Uintah County Commission meeting. It's January 30th of 24. Please remind yourself to turn your telephones to either silent or off. Today we have Mr. Passey with the prayer and Barbara Semper with the pledge. Sam?
Our Father in heaven, we thank thee for this day and for the opportunity to come together as members of the community here. And we ask thee to continue to pour out thy blessings upon people of this area. We thank thee for the life that we're able to live and for our families, our loved ones. We ask thee to bless those who serve us in the community, who serve us in the military, and work hard to make this a good place to live. We pray for thy blessings in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Sam and Barbara. Appreciate it. We'll excuse Commissioner Horriggs. He's out of town today on county business. Okay, we'll have approval of the minutes for January 22nd, 24, and the work session on January 28th of 24.
23rd.
I'm sorry, 23. I'm getting them. Okay.
I was not here, and so I don't know if we can approve those minutes. I don't feel like, am I allowed to approve those minutes?
If you've read
Or
them.
I wasn't here, though, to even know if they're accurate.
Okay, well, I have read them and I know they're accurate.
Okay.
So I will make a motion that we approve them.
I meant, can I vote to approve those?
Sure you
Is
can.
what I'm saying, where I
think so.
wasn't here. Where is our legal?
Okay, we'll continue that to next time.
Okay.
Put that on the next hit list. Okay, Mr. Wilkins, report of warrants.
Commissioners, I have warrants from the 25th of January in the amount of $787,412.18. Some of the ones was out of the ordinary. We had one to Atkinson Sound for $62,474. That was for sound system at the ice rink, or at the Western Park. We also had a payment to BHI for $318,234. Payment continued on the expansion, or the remodel of the ice rink. Thank you. Genesis Inc. This is a grant from the emergency management, $46,000. And another one was one more here that was out of the ordinary. WW Manufacturing. We purchased additional panels for Western Park, $78,574. And we had no claims this time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And do we have any tax matters?
None?
Okay, no tax matters today. Sheriff, we have a retirement ceremony.
All right, this is Detective Amy Leishman and her partner, K-9 Riddick. K-9 Riddick responded to over 400 calls for service, including sniffs for illegal narcotics, human trafficking, and building clearing, resulting in hundreds of arrests. K-9 Riddick has assisted Vernal City, Naples PD, Highway Patrol, Adult Probation Parole, the Marshals Service, and others. K-9 Riddick has also participated in many public relations events and demonstrations. In 2019, K-9 Riddick and Amy had the opportunity to participate in the TV show America's Top Dog, which aired on TV in January of 2020 and did very well, by the way. Though K-9 Riddick will be missed on the streets, he has earned his time to relax and enjoy being a dog. So I'm asking that we can retire K9 Riddick today and let Amy purchase him for $1.
I have a little bit of a problem saying we're selling one of our employees, but I guess we will for $1.
Unfortunately, he's an asset, but he is a partner as well.
Yes.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve the retirement of K9 Riddick and the purchase of him by, I was gonna say Corporal Detective Leishman for $1.
And I'll second. Vote.
Aye.
Aye.
And I don't know if anyone's here, but can I get a picture? Okay. I'd like to get a picture with Sheriff and maybe right here. It's okay. Try to get Uintah County and the flag in. It's gotta get John.
That's a good choice.
I know. Hold on.
Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? He looks better when I say that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. Next one will be the Forest Service Law Enforcement Contract Amendment. Sheriff Labrum.
Okay, so the Forest Service done a little amendment to our patrolling contract. They've given us $4,500 for the 2024 obligation, which their year starts in September. So, and then we have a carryover of $3,626 for a total operating plan of $8,126. So I need a signature from the chair or new chair, and I have a couple other Forest Service employees that I'll have to send this on to complete the contract, and then my signature, which is on there.
Okay. Do we have a
Is this
motion?
from September, then till September of next, or August 31st of next
Yeah,
year?
basically.
Usually a year
Yeah.
contract?
They let us bill out through January, but it's, their year's kind of September to September is their contract times.
Okay. So it's actually, it was September of '23 then is when this would have been? Or did you say September of '24 is what this is for? Sorry.
They don't even have that exact date on this contract, but that was what the original contract was a September date.
Okay.
It's the federal government's 2024
Fiscal year?
Yes.
Okay.
Answer.
Okay. Do I need to include the carryover or just basically approving? It says
I think you
amendment.
could do the overall amount, the 8,000.
8,127?
2630.
I don't know, the Forest Service has a lot of trees, so I have a lot of paper here. 8,126.
Oh, sorry. I had 27. 3627 was carryover? Or 3626?
26.
26,
Yeah.
okay. That's right.
4,500 for,
Yeah, I had the 27 instead of 26. Okay. I would make that motion that we approve this Forest Service Law Enforcement Contract Amendment for the federal
Calendar
year
yeah.
in the amount of $4,500 with carryover in the amount of $3,626 for a total of $8,126.
I'll second. Vote.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thanks, Sheriff. Okay. Go, sir. Okay. Event funding. Thank you. Is Gregg here?
Yep.
There you are. You're on, sir. Sitting back there all enjoying life. Couldn't see you.
I had to come in my work clothes.
Oh,
All right, to tournament champions this year, went flawlessly. We had over 800 male wrestlers, about 120 coaches, 120 managers, bus drivers, and then of course every seat in the Western Park was used. I don't think we had a seat, which is one of the things I wanted to bring up. But we've wrestled over 2,000 matches in 2 days. And like I said, the tournament went flawlessly and everything. And then the women's were over at the high school where they had about 180 of the women wrestlers and ran a tournament, 2-day tournament over there as well. So there wasn't a room to be found in this community. I know Roosevelt was very busy as well because of the excess pour over people and things like that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, tournament. I don't know what else to say. I think it was our 30th year at the Western Park, or the 29th or 30th. I can't keep track. It's been a long time we've been doing it there, and it continues to get bigger and bigger. And you know, our biggest problem is we don't have enough seating. You know, and I was wondering if there's any way we could do better, like bleachers where they hang on the wall and then take them off when they don't need them, you know, and because we could fill it up with a lot more people. I mean, our problem is we just got nowhere else to go. We're run out of space.
That's true. How'd we do?
What?
How'd our wrestlers do?
Well, we won. We won it pretty easily. We have a really good team this year, and the women's won it, the guys won it. Everyone wrestled well, and we had several champions and a lot of placers. And I mean, as a tournament, it was great finals, a lot of great matches. And I think we had quite more schools involved in the finals than we ever had before. Different schools have an A wrestler in it, so it kept a lot more teams there, because if a team has no one in the finals, they have a tendency not to want to sit around and watch. So they want to drive home. And it is a ways. We're a long ways from a lot of places. For people to come here, we got to give them something, and we put on a great tournament. So we ran 3 tournaments in those 2 days. We ran a varsity tournament, a JV tournament, and then all the people that were knocked out the first day got to be in a second chance tournament. And so, like I said, we were probably 2,500 matches wrestled in 2 days, and which is crazy. So we kept our officials busy. And
You do a great job. You put out some really good wrestlers,
yeah,
Coach.
we put out
Appreciate
great
you.
wrestlers, and we have great people running the tournament. Luckily, you still have me. I don't know how much longer you have me doing it, but someone's going to be taking over soon. And we got TJ Hyatt, and who runs the computer stuff, and he just knows what he's doing and just keeps everything on the floor. You know, so it's we've been really lucky, and all the help at the Western Park. I want to say how great they are. I mean, Dan and his crews always there, giving us what we need done and setting it up and breaking down, and it makes it really a lot easier for me to run the tournaments. And so it's
Great.
like I said, it's been a long time we've been down at the Western Park, and we went from my first year here, we had 11 teams. This year we had 4 teams at the tournament champions. So, and we didn't run a JV tournament then either. Now we run a varsity and a JV tournament. So it's a huge growth in 30 years. And I know that all the hotels were busy and all the restaurants were busy, and I think all the other people selling at Walmarts and whatever, they had a lot of people buying stuff as well. So it was a great event for the community. Any questions for me?
I would like to see us, I know you said you have some concerns about seating, and maybe it would be good to get with Western Park or whoever now to talk about some of these concerns, so maybe we can address them before next year's
Yeah, I
tournament.
did a little research. I mean, there are bleachers that you put on the wall, and then you can take them off as easily, and then they're not permanent. I know, because we've got bull rides and things like that. You don't want bleachers out there, people sitting in bleachers when the bulls running around. That'd be kind of fun being out there. But I know I go out there, but yeah. I mean, so anything we could do. I mean, I'll talk to Western Park. I didn't know what the process was for me to bring this up, because I know we could bring another 500 to 1,000 people into that tournament, which means even more people in the community. and more money for our community. I mean, they come here, they spend a lot of money.
I think it's great. That's why I'm suggesting if there's ideas to improve it or that you
Right.
think, I would suggest you get with Mel
Mel?
Silcox over there.
Okay.
And talk to her about some ideas you guys can,
I just thought it'd be right place to bring it up
Yeah.
and give me an idea if there's anything we can do, or we just, I would love to see us be able to get more people in the seats. And my biggest problem is people are always telling me, I got nowhere to sit. I go, I'm on the microphone. Could everyone get together a little tighter, please? Get your coolers out of the, a lot of telling people what to do. But,
yeah. And a lot of them pack in a lot of stuff.
oh, yeah, those kids, they pack their whole lives with them.
Yes.
It takes up a lot of space.
Space is an issue. So
Space
we'll-
is definitely an
yeah.
issue, but the tournament and everything else, all the people that help us, and Matt's and everything has been fantastic. It was a great show, and the finals was, like I said, with V6 putting it on, they covered this finals, so people didn't have to come out for the finals, and we still had a full house, and so it was a really good show, and
Awesome.
I didn't know. I don't think it gets any better than that, so maybe I should retire right now before it gets worse.
Yeah. Another great addition to the community, so, great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, with the comments that were made, Greg, you might want, come ahead. Greg, you might want to listen. He may have a spot for you now. Come right ahead. We'll see if he'll stand up and do it.
The Bull Riders Challenge.
This is the Bull Rider Challenge, man. So he can't save you a seat. Yeah, there you go. We got you covered. No, you're good.
Yeah, we had
stating
another
your name.
great event down at the Western Park, and I do agree with him a little bit on space. And it would be nice to have a little more space for more people. We had a really good crowd down there, and we had bull riders come in from about 10, 11 states, from North Dakota to Texas and everywhere in between. And it turned out to be a really good event. Ty Pent from Colorado was our winner, and he actually was our winner not last year, the year before. So we're consistently getting good riders coming in from all over the country, and we do have a lot of. Well, this will be our 24th year. Next year will be 25, and we're hoping to do something a little bit more special than we normally do at that date. But as far as Gregg's concerned, when he said about playing with the bulls, we do have an opening for a barrelman if you'd be interested to.
A lot of people call me a clown.
So at any rate, we it's good news to hear that the Western Park's getting a new sound system. Then I don't have to bring my own, and it's a great facility down there to have a lot of different events and a lot of things can bring revenue into the county, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
Awesome. I'm sorry. Would you mind stating your name for the record?
Eldon Munson,
Thank you.
my wife Janet.
Thank you. No, it sounds great.
Oh, and by the
about
way,
the
thanks
hanging
for all your support.
Oh, sure. What do you think about the hanging bleachers for the bull riders?
Well, that might have some merit. I don't know exactly what he has in mind there, but it might actually work. I know the more people you can get involved in the arena, it seems like the crowd likes the entertainment. Yeah.
All right.
So, thank you. We really
you very
appreciate
much.
your support.
Certainly appreciate it. Okay, Sam. Can-do crew library cleaning contract.
Any more questions for me?
Nope.
I gotta get back to work.
All right. Thanks again, Coach. Thank you all very much. Appreciate you.
For the record, Sam Passey, and this is Sarah Luke with the Uintah School District. We're here to present the 2024 renewal of the Can-Do Crew cleaning contract for the library. They clean on the school days. And Sarah, would you mind telling the community commissioners a little bit about the program?
Sure. My name is Sarah Luque, and I'm the coordinator for the Community Employment Placement Program. and it provides job training and life skills training for students with disabilities from the ages of about 16 to the age of 22 when they age out of the program. Does anybody have any questions?
I know that they used to do the recycling stuff, and I forgot why they're not doing that any longer. Is that correct?
No, they're no longer doing the recycling program, and that was a decision made by the district office.
By the school district? Okay.
I did prepare, sorry, Sam, I prepared just a little something, just to thank you guys, because I know that since the meeting was moved, the other employees and the students weren't able to come. And so we just want to extend our sincere gratitude to the commissioners for their support in providing the students within the community employment placement program, specifically the students that work at the library, with the opportunity to work there. This initiative not only allows these students to contribute meaningfully to their community, but it also equips them with invaluable job, vocational, and life skills, setting them on a path toward independence and success. So thank you for your commitment to inclusion and empowering our youth.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Sorry,
much.
I get so nervous.
Thank you. You know, the youth in this program really are a delight, and I've been director for about 18 years this summer at the library, and the program was in place well before I started. It's a great program. This last year, the district's administration changed some of the parameters, and so Sarah and her team have done an amazing job kind of dancing through the hoops of changing state and federal regulations. It's always a moving target. We're hopeful that some of the cuts to the program could be restored in the future, but that'll take working through the school board and the school administration. So for right now, we're presenting a contract that's for the school year only, which means they won't be here during the summer, which is the case it was last year. And you may see some of their previous students as you go to places like Wendy's and Smith's. You know, Shane over at Wendy's, when I first started, he was on the Can-Do crew, and Derek at Smith's, and Elise, and so many other fine people in the community. And you know, this is one of these things. Like, we have this shirt, this theme for the library, 2024, grit, kindness, integrity, and empathy. And this program really highlights each of those virtues. And the contract amount is $18,900. in 9 installments of $2,100 a month for the school year. I would ask for approval and acceptance of the contract, and authorization of signatures is needed.
Okay. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay.
I would make a motion that we approve the Can-Do Crew Library Cleaning Contract for $18,900 for the 9 months of the school year.
Okay, I'll second. Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
I would like to amend that
Okay.
to authorize Mr. Passey to make the appropriate signatures as needed on the contract.
Well, usually by approving it, I think we approve any signatures.
So sometimes we gotta put it out
look
there.
at
If
it
it's
as a
not us
signature vote.
signing it.
It's looking for a commission signature anyway, and then
All
a
right.
test by Mr. Wilkins. So I'll just leave these on the bench.
Be fine, thank you. Sarah, thank you, and thank you for
Yes.
your staying in here and hanging with the crew.
Yes,
You've been
your
with them a long
leadership.
time. We appreciate it.
Yes. Would it be okay to have him go ahead and start presenting his next?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and present your next one. Okay, it'll be a fee waiver request for tax form printing at the library.
Another longtime partnership we've had that kind of goes along with the same values on the shirt is the volunteer income tax group. Comes together at the library each year and helps people of low income and senior citizens prepare their taxes. Traditionally, in years past, we have waived the printing fees, and paper is often donated by an outside entity. In years past, Vernal City's done it a few times, the Association of Governments has done it a few times, and individuals have donated a couple of cases of paper in the past. What I'd like to request is that because copying and printing is on the fee ordinance, we have to come before the commission to ask for a waiver, that the printing fees at the library related to tax forms, that those fees be waived from now until the end of the tax filing season on or about April 15th. I didn't fail to look at that date before.
I believe it is April 15th.
It is this year, yes.
Usually is.
Yeah, I don't know, we've had some weird years.
I
It's
guess
been
that means the
17th and
pandemic's really
18th.
over if it's actually ending on April 15th again.
Yes. And then did you mention, sorry, did I not hear? You mentioned that the paper is donated, has been donated in the past by like the AOG or
Correct,
something
correct.
like that? Okay.
Correct. And so usually the printing fees themselves during that period would be about $300 worth of copies. We pay a support contract to Les Olson, and that would more or less cover the amount that we usually see in tax filings come through. And this program helps out a lot of folks who earn that earned income tax credit. And consistently, the economics from the city of Utah show that these individuals will spend a lot of that money in their local communities. And so it brings money back home and gets spent in area businesses and helps out a lot of families in need.
Great.
Okay. A motion?
Yeah, I would make a motion that we approve the fee waiver request for the tax form printing at the library.
That's second. Vote.
Aye.
Aye. Carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Cook, snow grooming MOU with the Office of Outdoor Rec amendment. Is this amendment saying we might get snow?
No, we're ready for it, so now all snow.
Yeah, exactly.
This is essentially the same contract that we presented last week, but the state put an amendment in that the funding would not exceed $10,000 per fiscal year, and so I'm just bringing it back to get it re-signed. So.
Okay.
Okay. I would make a motion that we approve the amendment to the snow grooming MOU with the outdoor rec, that they've added not to exceed $10,000 for this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It probably
I'll
won't
second.
exceed $100 this year.
Hopefully. Vote.
Aye.
Aye. Carries. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes, sir, Sam.
I have information from Karina, the attorney's office,
Oh,
for you. You can't approve that because the minutes are recorded.
minutes. Yeah, oh, she can move and approve to vote them even though she wasn't there. Okay, thank you. I try not
Thank
to look
you.
at my phones during the meeting, so thank you. Thank you very much, Sam. So we'll go back to that one.
Eventually.
Okay.
Okay, Deanna Nyberg with Community Development. We have an ordinance today that needs, okay, just a minute, sorry, I can't talk and type at the same time. Yeah. Okay, this ordinance was presented and discussed in depth yesterday at the work session. Last year, we updated our subdivision ordinance as mandated by the state, and there was a few sections that we just missed. So the first part of this ordinance is just matching these sections that we missed to our subdivision ordinance that was approved last year. It's dealing with the approvals of subdivisions. So we've made the changes seen here. And then the second part is that we needed to add an appeals section, and we overlooked that last year when we did the subdivision ordinance. So we've added an appeals section telling what we will need to do if someone has an issue with their subdivision not being approved. And if you have any questions, I can answer them. Otherwise, we're just looking for an approval today.
Okay, any further discussion?
No.
Okay.
We did talk about this yesterday in the
Right.
work session, so I think we addressed any questions or issues then. So I would make a motion that we approve ordinance number 01-29-2401, amendments to Title 16 subdivision regulations as presented.
I'll second. Vote?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Okay. We have commission appointments.
This is actually the.
That's what this is.
Yeah. It says commission appointments, but it's actually, I think, regarding our commission assignments.
So we have basically changed very little. I've taken over as chairman effective today. That Mr. Horrocks has picked up the Justice Court and the Utah Association of Counties Board of Directors, where I picked up Revitalization Board and something else, Purchasing and Grants. Commissioner Norton has picked up Air Quality Board. I think that was the only choice. That's
think-
enough.
I think that the chair of the commission has to be a motion
I
and
think
voted
so.
on, I believe.
We're gonna
So-
get there.
Okay.
Okay. So that'll be the change. This will be put out within 48 hours on our website, hopefully. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call. Okay, any questions on that?
No.
If not, I'll have a motion to accept this and appoint the chair.
Okay. I don't know if we do that, but let's do a motion just in case.
Okay.
So I would make a motion that we approve the commission assignments as presented.
I'll second. Vote?
Aye.
Aye. Passed. Okay, the next one, board appointments.
Okay, I have two that I would like to present today. One is an appointment for an alternate for the Planning Commission. We had two openings, so we do still have one opening if anyone's interested. We need another person to apply for Planning Commission as an alternate. And we did receive an application, and so I would like to appoint Chris Laris as an alternate to the Planning Commission. The only thing I didn't do was, I didn't know the term. Do you know the term for that, Matt?
So there'll actually be filling a seat because both of the alternates, one of them got moved up to a regular board member and the other one resigned.
Okay,
So we could have this one fill Clay Thacker's
okay,
position, and that term goes from now until December 31st of 2025.
okay, thank you. Okay, and then the other appointment is for the Uintah Transportation Special Service District. In way of short explanation, we appointed 4 members to that board 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, in a commission meeting. There was a technical glitch. One of the members that had made an application had asked to be withdrawn on Tuesday morning by voicemail. I did not receive that on my phone till Wednesday morning. So he was appointed to the board. That was Gary Kendall. And so he is no longer a member of the board. And after talking with our attorney, that he said there had been interest by another individual that had was late in filing an application. But he said as long as that individual was still interested, we could accept that application and appoint if that was our choice. So we did decide to go ahead and appoint Bob Leake to the Transportation Special Service District, that he would replace Gary Kendall's position on that district board. That would be from January of '24. I believe I stated it in the previous meeting, but and then it's a 4-year term to December of 31st of '27. And that's all I have.
Okay. All right, time for public comment.
Do we
Oh,
have to do a
I'm sorry, we
motion
better
to
have a
approve?
motion first, I apologize.
So I
Getting ahead
can
of
make
myself.
that. Make the motion that we approve these 2 individuals that have been put forward.
I'll second. And vote?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Now we can do public comment.
I wondered why you were here.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Lori Haslam with the Governor's Office of Economic Opportunity, otherwise known as GOEO. I am with the Center for Rural Development, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about a new implementation we have set into GOEO that we're hoping to help the state of Utah get more federal grant funding. We've noticed that the state of Utah has extremely low numbers of success in receiving these grants. So we have a new plan that we're hoping can bring some success and improvement in the application process. Back in July, GOEO hired a lady with over 20 years experience in federal grant writing. So she's came in with some great new ideas and things that we're gonna try to put into motion. So we're just looking at it as extending an arm to rural communities. We would like this to be high-value federal grants, which we have partnered with LSI, so we can only do a certain number per year of these grants. So we want them to be high impact in rural regional areas. So we ask that they meet that type of criteria. We recognize that these grants are extremely competitive. You're looking at, nationwide applications, universities, nonprofit, profit are all seeking these grants, and they're super competitive. What often happens is that you're missing one vital component of the application and you don't even get to the review process. So our goal is to help you to get to that review process to then, hopefully improve your chances of possibly getting funding. So, the first step would be, we do ask that you come to us with a specific grant. We don't find the grants for you. And once you find that grant that fits with your project, we then come back to you with a list of, checklist of different things that you're gonna need for that particular grant to be successful. Then we'll help you to determine if that's gonna be, a viable grant or not. Oftentimes, federal grants can take anywhere from 20 to 40 hours from start to finish. And you don't want to sink 40 hours into this grant process to have it not even be reviewed. So we're going to help you to at least, evaluate, is this worth pressing forward? Is this worth putting all this time and effort into this grant process? So I would love to help anyone that would be interested in that. If you have a viable project, this will be an ongoing thing that we're planning on implementing the next 2 to 3 years for sure, just to see how it goes. So just keep that in mind. Or if you hear of anyone else doing large-scale projects that they need a significant amount of funding, please reach out. And I'd love to get you in touch with our outreach manager, Janae Shaw, that has the experience, and our LSI department, and see what we can do to help out. Thank you for
Lori,
your
is
time.
this just for
Yes.
Government entities to apply, like municipalities, counties, or is it?
Yes,
Anybody?
everyone is eligible to apply for federal grant to, take advantage of our services and the LSI services. We would like to keep it county, city.
Okay.
Are there any more questions? LSI is, they're a company that they do grant writing. I don't know who asked the question, so I don't know where I'm looking. But, okay. I don't even know what LSI stands for, I apologize. And we have so many acronyms in the government that I just try to keep all those straight. But that's all they do. They just do grant writing. And, you know, for example, there was an extremely difficult one that Cache County was applying for. But we thought it was going to be a huge challenge. And they got like $1.8 million with the assistance of LSI. So we have seen them be extremely effective. They usually only tackle on about 8 huge projects a year just because of the time. So I will find out though what LSI stands for. I apologize.
Know what, so the state is paying for this service for the communities?
Yes, it is. So GOEO has contracted with LSI and we pay them to assist us. Any other questions?
No, other than that, there's not a fee for them to do it then?
No,
They get
not
paid
if it's done through
outside
us.
the grant? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know, a lot of them do a percentage of the grants or an administrative fee or
Yeah,
whatever.
absolutely. And that's all taken care of through the governor's office. So
Okay, awesome.
let's improve those numbers for the state
Yes.
of Utah.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
And I think LSI stands for LSI because it comes up as nothing but LSI, so. I was just double checking for us. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
J.C. Brewer. I didn't want you folks to think that all I ever did was bitch. So I come up here to give you a couple of attaboys, a pat on the back for the road work that's been done in the southern part of the county this year. The Seabridge Highway is beautiful. I've been up it a couple of times. It's really a first-class highway now. I know that you didn't do the Bonanza Highway, but it's also exceptionally good. The state did a fine job out there on that, and that's a road I use a lot. The Stanton Road that we talked about earlier in the summer has had some good repair work done on it. I wanted to make sure that you knew that I had at least noticed that, complimented on it. I see KW trucks turning down the Red Wash Road at Jensen. Are we working on that road now too?
I don't know if it's started yet because we were waiting for the EA, I think, or EIS from BLM to be completed before we could start or finish that project, the rest of that stretch of Red Wash. But as soon as we get that, we may have received it and they may be starting on it. I'm not sure, but I know that's what we were waiting on last meeting.
Okay, I see some KW trucks turning down, loaded, look like gravel, turning down the Red Wash Road there at Jensen, just across the bridge, and I thought, I'm going to ask about that because I sure hope that they're using this wonderful dry weather we're having to get a head start on that one this year. Thank you, folks.
I hope so. I know that's the last stretch to complete having that road
Yes,
redone.
yes, that upper
So,
portion
yep.
up there's been terribly rough.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We'll pass that on to the road department and transportation district. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Oh, I did have one question. Who is over roads?
No,
Brad.
that's Brad.
Yes.
Commissioner Horricks, yep.
Okay. Nothing further. We'll have a motion.
I would make a motion, we adjourn.
We are adjourned. Well, I didn't mean to throw it at you, but okay. It was just sliming over there anyway. I'm sorry, sir, I can't sign this. It's an invalid